Yo guys, what is going on? And yeah, we're about to do a review. Middlesbrough versus Leeds United just took place at the Riverside Stadium. And again, the winless streak continues for the Borough. And of course, Leeds get the 1-0 victory. I said inside the preview, it's going to be a very, very close game. You know, a lot of Leeds fans and Borough fans inside the comment section of that video said, you know, pretty much the same thing. You know, it wasn't going to be the easiest game for either side. You know, it's going to be very, very tough. But you know, I want to get into my points on Borough. Of course, I'll say first of all about overall the game. I thought first 30 minutes, I thought we did very, very well. Being on Borough side, I thought getting down the left hand side, especially Coulson. You know, I thought he was doing a lot of damage inside the midfield. We didn't really go through the middle much inside the first half because we couldn't really break us down. For using the flanks, we used them good, and then as soon as he switched Coulson to put him on the right hand side, I kept George Friend by himself on the left hand side. This got in. Helder Costa just sort of ran at George Friend, exploited his weaknesses. Of course, the goal came through just a dodgy pass from George Friend, and I've said it time and time again, the guy needs to leave. We need to sell this player. We need to get rid of George Friend. Remember when Watford wanted him, I think it was the season we went up or the season we came down from the Premier League, and we said no. We could have cashed in 8 million, 7 million on him then, but no, apparently because he loves the Borough. I'm sure he loves the Borough. Apparently because the kids are Borough fans and the kids are happy and his family's happy. You know, we can't sell him. It's a load of rubbish. Sell him. It's past expiry date. George Friend is finished. He was finished the season we came down from the Premier League. Out, just get him out because I know fans won't agree with me, but it's my own opinion on him. I'm not the biggest fan no more. I get that he loves the Borough. I get he's a fan's favourite, but at left back there's much better players. Hayden Coulson, for instance. So for me on that one, and not even on that mistake alone tonight, there's been games where I've watched him and I thought you are not the George Friend that we bought all them years ago. So for me, no, I'll see you later, George. Nah, I'm sorry, I can't have him at left back. And of course, he went off again. He's injured again, so again he's going to be out probably to the end of the season. May as well cash it in now, try and get some more money for him. I don't know if we'll get, but just try and get something for him. But you know, they score. Listen, you know, they hit the post before they scored. Of course, Slick goes in, puts it in the bottom corner. And it hurt going into half time 1-0 down because I thought we did alright first half. Okay, the last 15 minutes before the half finish, I thought, you know, they did pile on the pressure. Do you know what I mean? The passing was a lot better than ours. And, you know, just getting to the tight space, I thought Leeds were good in that sort of area. But I thought, attacking wise in the first 30 minutes, I thought Borough did okay. You know, we had a couple of chances here and Coulson ran through, squared to Ashley Fletcher, was a bit too heavy. You know, it was pretty much an open goal. Casilla was never going to get there. You know, of course, missed up that chance after Lewis Wing put it wide. You know, a couple of chances in the first half. Second half, of course, we had the free kick, which I thought was a handball. I thought we had a free kick in the first half on the edge when Cooper took out one of the Borough players on the edge of the box. Of course, it wasn't given in the second half. If Leeds fans aren't being biased or whatever, and you know, when we have that free kick from Lewis Wing, it looked like your defender sort of did this and it hit off his arm. But regardless, listen, it wasn't given. They ran out 1-0 winners. It's a night where I look at it and I think, in terms of the league table, we're now level on points with Wigan, who, of course, at the minute were, well, I should say, even after the game, I'm pretty sure they're 2-0 up. And we're Reading. Overall, the feeling that I've got in terms of our league table and the status on, you know, sort of Woodgate and whatnot is I'd rather see him leave. And I've never ever called for a manager's head on this channel ever, and that's the bit that hurts me the most. I've never ever once called for a manager's head on this channel ever. I've always stood by the manager all the time, but I cannot stand by Jonathan Woodgate no more. I think he's out of his depth. I just don't, listen, he isn't the man. I can't say I don't think he's the man, he isn't the man. Last year we had Tony Pulis, people hated his football, I stood by him, because I could see that if he had another season, although it might have been boring football, he might have had challenging. He finished with 7th in the league. This guy, Jonathan Woodgate's come in, similar team, pretty much the same team, and now he's nearly getting us relegated from the Championship. That is the difference in managers. That is the difference in experience. Jonathan Woodgate, for me, he just isn't the man. He just isn't the man, and it's a shame. I get he's a local lad, and I get all this, and I get people wanting to do well. I wanted him to do well, but we cannot continue. If we want to try and push up this table, and we want to try and have a high finish and not actually get relegated, I think the only answer is Jonathan Woodgate has to go, and I don't want to see him sacked. I'd rather him do the right thing and just, you know, hold his hands up, resign, and leave with a bit of pride, and not actually get the sack. Because if he gets sacked, that's a brutal way to go. Tonight's performance, I thought a few players wanted it. I thought Hayden Coulson looked very, very good. I thought Ryan Shotton did excellent in the back. I thought Paisley did well. You know what I mean? A couple of good saves. Second half, I think Jack Harrison had a shot into the top corner. He picked it out. In first half, you know what I mean? Dallas went through. Penalty area, he saved one to the bottom corner. I thought Paisley did alright in goal. I thought Shotton was good. I thought Coulson, my man of the match. Him or Shotton, I thought them two were brilliant. Sombranga didn't really do much, came on straight away and handballed it. Fletcher, again, isolated until the match came on, but at half time, apparently he was holding his thigh or his hamstring. You know, listen, it's one of those where, how long's he out for now? I don't think we even had a shot on target again. So if he didn't have a shot on target, that's 3 games with no shots on target. I don't know what on earth Robbie Keane's teaching these players inside the training sessions, because whatever he's teaching them, it is not going in because we're not actually having shots on target. It's a tough run of games, and I said it yesterday inside the preview. I said, listen, it's a tough run of games. The Leeds, obviously today, Forest on Monday at home, Charlton away, Swansea at home. It's another 3 games that, I'll be honest with you, I don't see anything coming out of. I don't see us picking any points up. I thought that would have been a close one. I thought it might have ended a draw. Of course, it didn't. You know, if a few decisions would have gone our way, who knows what might have happened. But no, listen, it's one of them where I'm just hurting for the league table more than anything. I'm hurting for our performances, you know, the effort we put in this season, because regardless of the effort that we put in tonight, over the whole season it hasn't been good enough. You know, we've drawn with teams, we've lost to teams that maybe, you know, that would have been in games and just lost it last minute or whatever. Birmingham away, for example, when they beat us 2-1, that's a perfect example there. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I think Woody's got to go. I hate to say it because I've never ever called for Manchester head ever. But it's the only outcome I can see if we want to stay in this league. If we do not get rid of him, if we keep him to the end of the season, I can truthfully see him going to League One. Like, and that's not even a joke, that's just me being completely honest with you. I can see it actually happening if we do not get rid of the management that we have in now, the backroom staff. We need a fresh manager in. We should have got the ex-Fulham manager that wanted £2 million a year. £2 million. Listen, he would have had challenging instead of down there going to League One. So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. My man of the match is between Hayden Coulson and Ryan Shotton. Let me know yours down below in the comment section. This has been a bit of a rant, just based on everything that's going on at the minute with the club. It's toxic, it's poisonous. The club, the team at times this season has been spineless. No one really fighting for the badge apart from a few that I've just mentioned there. Literally 2 or 3 players a game, actually trying for the fans. You know, it is not cheap to follow teams around the country. It's not cheap for season tickets. It's not cheap for away tickets. It's not cheap to buy tickets on the door. But again, you've seen maybe 3 players that actually thought, you know what it is, let's try and put the fans first and let's actually try and do a little bit for them. The others never really bothered. They weren't really interested, in my opinion. So yeah, it's one of those where the whole season's been a mess, not just tonight or not even Barnsley or Luton or Wigan. The whole season's been a mess. We knew it was going to be tough. We all said it was going to be tough. And if you fail to stay in this league, then listen, the fall of Middlesbrough FC is absolutely crazy, because just a few seasons ago we were inside the Premier League top flight challenging, you know, we to try and stay inside the Premier League. Then we get relegated. We lost the playoff final. There's many more things that can go off. But after all that, you never ever thought that Borough would be where we're in the league now, with the management we had now. You know what I mean? I trusted Gibson when he brought in Woodgate. I trusted that he knew they would be the man. I mean, to try and solidify us one season and then next season try and push up. Not to have us down there with the likes of Wigan Athletic, who is a rugby town. With no disrespect to them, it's a rugby town. And right now we are battling to stay inside this league with Wigan Athletic, rugby town, Luton and Barnsley. It's absolutely embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing the way that we're going out. It just simply isn't good enough. And the only outcome I can say is that he has to leave. He cannot stay as manager. It cannot happen after tonight. He has to leave. There's no more positive outcome. There isn't many positives I can take from tonight, apart from literally 2 or 3 players actually gave a little bit for the shirt, and that's all we ever ask. You know, 100%. Them 3 players gave 100%. The others, I don't think, did. Maybe 70, 75%. But overall, the only outcome I can have is that Woodgate's got to go for the first time ever, especially on my YouTube channel. I'm actually calling for manager's head, because I simply can't watch it no more. I just can't do it. It's just too difficult to watch. It's toxic every week. Whenever we go behind, you know, my fans are booing and everyone's on the edge of the seats again. Everyone's nervous again, and full-time whistle blowing, everyone's booing, and it's just a really, really, really toxic place to be at the minute. So for me, yeah, I'm sorry, Jonathan Woodgate. I loved you as a Borough player, I really, really did. I thought you were a legend, but unfortunately for you, you're out your depth. Go to a League One, go to a League Two club, go and learn it down there properly. Spend a few years with a club down there. Learn the management game inside this sort of football league, inside the Championship, because it is tough, as it's been shown this season. And then come back stronger, as a manager, more experienced manager. But I hate to say it, and I do hate to say it. I hate to call from manager's head, but I'm absolutely gutted, just based on where we're at in the league table, and just for the way that we're happening this season. But as always, the rant over. If you have enjoyed, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. Peace out.